So I've got general tips for just how to be an ally for people who identify differently from you. So number 1 is stay informed. And this goes for what we said earlier about language, but what are the issues in that community, and how can you stay on top of that? Stay informed. Number 2 is speak up. If you're in a place where there are no people of that community present and you hear something that is inappropriate, do you say anything? Think about it, because I feel sometimes it's scary to speak up, sometimes it's dangerous, so obviously check the circumstances, but if you have the opportunity, help spread the word.
I suppose it's like, don't necessarily just roll your eyes at something somebody said, like,
ask them.
Talk to them.
One of my favourite things that I've learned just this year is when someone makes, because often it comes in the form of jokes, so when someone makes a joke that is racist or homophobic or ableist, you don't have to say that's inappropriate. You can just say, why is that funny? And then they have to articulate to you, it's funny because it's racist, because there's no other answer, or it's funny because it's homophobic. And then they sort of have to try and answer that for you. So it doesn't have to be huge slap in the face, but just a something. Be honest. This goes to what I was saying before about when there's like this idea that there's secrecy around it. If you're with someone who's come out to you, you can talk to them about it afterwards. It doesn't have to be the secret going forward. Yeah. So it's not a secret part of their life after they've come out to you.
Yeah.
Check in with them, of course, and how much they want to talk about it, but don't pretend that it's not present in your mind.
And as we said, if there's any language, such as if somebody comes out as non-binary, which would be that's a gender identity where you feel not male, not female, you might use gender neutral pronouns such as they, them. Again, it's just not fitting in with the binary of male, female. If people are using language that you don't understand, I have an amazing friend who once just sat me down and was like, Jessica, I actually know nothing and I really want to.
Yeah.
Just ask.
So much respect for that. But also the internet is there, so you can take it upon yourself. You don't need a Jessica. Support equality. This is with voting and with your actions. So if you happen to know that you're voting for a party that is actively working against the rights of a community that you support, have a think about why and what else you can do, and if that is a big enough issue for you. Not telling you how to vote, but it's an important thing.
Can I just say as well, I'm just going to put it out there, the Tory government right now, there is work being done now to try and change the laws against young people and gender identity. So access for young trans people, for access to their healthcare, such as hormones. Right now there is talks going on about changing the bills against this. There are petitions going around the internet.
Yeah.
We've shared it on our Fluff, but we can share it again. But so whilst now we're in COVID and lockdown and not able to protest or speak up as loud as possible, the government in the UK are currently trying to change access for young people to healthcare for trans and trans identities.
Which does feel like not a coincidence for the timing they've picked. And the last thing on your general tips is come out as an ally. So don't be afraid to post things about the communities you support in their favour and say that you were an ally. Put that in your Instagram status. Put that everywhere. Come to Pride. March in Pride. Be part of it. Yeah. Don't just say, oh, I'm an ally, but not engage in the community at all.
And even Todrick Hall, amazing Todrick Hall, but I just want to use this as an example. There was a horrific murder that happened, I think 2 weeks ago now, which was a racist attack on a black male who was just running in the park, who was killed by people who I believe are understood to be known but haven't been arrested. And Todrick just did this big post about, I see a lot of white people liking this post, but I don't see you sharing anything.
Yeah, exactly. I think you don't have to be part of a community to stand up for it.